We do have a question from Ryan about Inventor files updating. So I don't have a Inventor file to show you the update process, but what I will do is just kind of walk you through what the expectations are for Anycad to work. I'm gonna share my screen here, and let me get a blank. So, couple things here. It has to be your intention, Ryan, from the beginning that this would happen. Because if when we first upload our file into Fusion, if what we do is we go to File, we go to Open, and then from this menu here, we select our Inventor file, what's going to happen is our associativity is essentially going to break. Fusion will ingest that file, convert it into an F3D in the cloud, and then send it back to you to open. That's why you get that's why you'll get that little open link in the upper right hand side here in Fusion. What you would need to do instead of that, when you open a file like that, you're going to go to your data panel here, and you're going to open up this little globe with the eyeball. This will open up Fusion on the web, and there is one more way to do this, which I'll get to in a second, that's a little bit less confusing here, but the web is the way that will work without doing anything. What you're going to do then is you're going to go to I think I even have maybe, have an Anycad folder here. And what you can do here is click on this upload button here. Now, you'll see what happens is the process will be a little bit different here. Once you upload the file here, you can just click File, you can choose the file, and then import it into Fusion. It is going to put this IPT file in here. Now, let me hop back to my Fusion and show you what this looks like. So I can scroll down here, and I can go to my Anycad work folder. I'm not sure where that is. What did I name it? So I can go in this folder, and you'll see the icon here is IPT. When I click on this IPT file, what is going to happen is Fusion is going to do something different. Instead of breaking that association and converting this into an F3D file, we are going to make an F3D file and reference for the CAD the Inventor file. So now you notice this says untitled. It does not carry the same name as what this file did because it's essentially made a Fusion file and it's linked the Inventor file into there. Now, the tricky part is when this Inventor file updates and you change this in Inventor, to update this file, you're going to have to go back to the web. So we're going to go to the web here. You're going to click on this file, and you can actually do it from one page back. You're going to click on this file, and right here there's a little chevron, a little down arrow. You click on that, and right here there's an option to upload new version. Uploading this new version here will essentially replace the Inventor file that's in the Fusion file. And as long as when you modeled this in Inventor, the changes you made were to the same body, everything you've done in CAM or anything that's associated with Fusion, that stuff will all update. Now, like I said, very important, this has to be your expectation from the beginning. If you had uploaded your file in Fusion, in the program itself, it sent it to the cloud, it converted it, and it sent it back, therefore breaking this associativity mechanism. So I know this can be pretty confusing. The other piece that I was saying to that is if when you're updating these Inventor files, you're copying them in Inventor and making the changes to a new body, and you essentially have all those bodies in the Inventor file, because the body is different and Fusion is not ingesting the same exact body that it once was, all the associativity in that case will break. So the intention has to be that the original file has updated. How that works in CAM, again, I don't do the coding for the CAM, but just my understanding of it is all the edges and all the faces are going to contain some sort of numbering scheme. And when the file gets changed, that doesn't necessarily change the face numbering or the edge numbering. So in CAM, those edges that we selected and the faces we selected will update to whatever the new face is, because the new face in the original CAM software, CAD software, will inherit that same naming scheme. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know, anybody correct me if you understand it differently.
Yeah, it sounds right to me.
Yep.
Yeah, so hopefully Ryan, that answers your question. Like I said, it is a little bit of a difficult workflow, and it has to be your intention in the beginning that the file is going to change, because depending on how you uploaded the file originally, you may not be able to do that.